We're doing exactly that. Our whole system, our whole business is exactly to escape the matrix. If you're a member, if you're especially a client, and even more especially a trainer, you need to be at KMF Strong, and you have to leave the corporate gym like ASAP because these guys are robbing 2/3, 3/4 of your income. Easy.
It seems real to say less work for more money, but it just kind of is, and it's almost because we're working smarter, not harder. It's not, people hear, oh, less work, more money, they think lazy people. It's no, dude, I figured it out. I know how to not have to bust my ass for 60, 70 hours a week. I'm home with my family, and I'm very comfortable there.
So in the movie, to give you guys a little bit of a backstory, Morpheus was trying to help Neo remember who he was because the machines took Neo back after he died and put him back in the Matrix. So this podcast right here is going to help others who have tried to escape the Matrix and maybe have escaped and gone back to the blue pill side, help them remember who they actually are. And for those who have never escaped before, well, stay tuned because you're going to be... I mean, I suck at this already.
You're good, bro.
You're all good. You're good.
Beautiful. Hey, round of applause for you. Good job. A for effort. Love it.
Yeah, A for effort. Damn it. Yeah.
All right. Well,
But here, let me just start with this.
Go ahead.
Let me start with this. In saying that, welcome to the KMF Strong podcast. My name is Christian Bandera, with my co-host across from me, Vinny Dos Santos.
woo.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, my friend.
So this is an interesting podcast because this is our first one, and we actually have a guest on as well, who we'll be introducing in about a moment. But first, we want to get our story out of the way. So I don't know if Vinny, you want to take it away with that one?
Yeah, I mean, just go for it. So are we calling it the KMF podcast for starters? Or how are we going about it?
For now, I think it's the KMF Strong podcast. I'm pretty sure the Escape the Matrix, which is not
or
trademarked.
just the Escape podcast.
It could be the Escape.
Okay.
The Escape the Matrix podcast, for record, is not trademarked, so we could use it.
True.
However, there are YouTube channels and other podcasts that have the name,
They're irrelevant to us anyway.
but they are not trademarked. So technically, we could use it. But let's just keep it for the Escape or the KMF Strong podcast. One of those two, probably.
Sounds good.
All right, cool.
All right. Well, I mean, ultimately, the premise of this, like you had mentioned, is to allow people to escape the matrix, right? And I mean, yeah. At the end of the day, for us, our matrix is the fitness industry, right? And especially the corporate gyms. And the gym that we have, KMF Strong in Puberty, Mass. Check it out, obviously. We're doing exactly that. Our whole system, our whole business is exactly to escape the matrix. If you're a member, if you're especially a client, and even more especially a trainer, you need to be at KMF Strong, and you have to leave the corporate gym like ASAP because these guys are robbing 2/3, 3/4 of your income. Easy. So yeah, I mean, we're gonna dig deeper into that, obviously. And Christian had mentioned me and him are the co-owners of the gym, obviously. But before we even get into anything and before we introduce our guest, I want to thank Alex, obviously, for hooking it up here with his space here with his BACP group. Shout out to him for allowing us to use his space. Because originally our plan was to do it at the reception area of the gym, but that ended up falling through. But who knows? We'll see, if that happens in the future. But shout out to you again.
Thank you, Alex.
Yep, 100%. Yeah, so do you want to introduce our guest here?
Sure. All right, everyone. This is going to be an interesting one because we have someone who actually escaped the Matrix. Doom, and has taken the red pill. On the stand for our guest this evening is Jamie Coates. Welcome.
Yo.
Yes, sir.
What's up, man? What's up? Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, 100%. Oh, so excited for you to be here, honestly.
Thank you for being here, man.
Of course.
Now, let's just go over, who you are, where you started off at, and then how you basically escaped the Matrix, and now, obviously, you're with us. But if you want to just do the before, so everyone gets an idea of where you came from, we'd appreciate that.
Yeah, the before.
Before, like you grew up, and then, I mean, everyone likes, an origin story, so why not?
Origin story, yeah, the anti-hero. I am Irish, so I moved here when I was 10, which was in 2007. Moved back home when I was 16, stayed there for 7 years, met my wife and had a daughter, and then that's where everything with my fitness journey begins. So I had my daughter. My whole life I was overweight. I was bullied for being overweight. Never really fit in, tried my hand at sports, didn't really get the pick for the teams and stuff like that. So you get into your 20s, you drink, you have some fun, you gain weight that you really shouldn't have on you. And I'm there one day folding my daughter's baby clothes, and they're small, right? Baby clothes are very small. And I look in the mirror and I said, dude, one day you're gonna have to protect this little girl. Maybe right now. So I put the clothes away, stopped doing laundry. I started doing push-ups, right? Very cliche. Oh, I got to get fit. I'll start doing push-ups right now. But I did it, and that then spiraled into intermittent fasting. I bought some books on nutrition and how to diet and how to eat properly. And I ended up losing a lot of weight just from eating right. And then I started doing workouts in my bedroom and things like this. And I started to feel so good, like I was unlocking this new potential within myself, and it just made me want to share it with people, share it with other dads, share it with men who are going to become dads, or women who are trying to, juggle so much and like, I can't fit fitness in. Well, you can, and I just want to share that with people, man. So that's how I'm here today, I guess.
And really quick, I like how you pointed out that you want to share that with dads. Because one thing that I definitely wanted to mention is, to whoever's watching this is, like, if you're a father or if you're a husband, like, honestly, really pay attention to what Jamie's saying, because to me, you're an excellent example of those two things for sure.
Thanks,
right?
man.
Like, super
Appreciate
disciplined, like, you got your head on your shoulders, like, so, like, I commend you for that. Like, hats off to you. You know what I mean? So,
Appreciate that.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you definitely have a lot of validation in what you say, especially in this age right here when there's that matrix red pill community, and men need to be held accountable and they need to stop being fat, get into shape, especially here in America where, was it 60% of the population's obese now?
Not more, honestly.
Yeah, at this point, it must be more. I mean, I see every day, I see someone walking and they're way overweight.
Yeah.
I'm just like, where has this world come to since, my...
More and more noticeable now, too.
Yeah, since my grandparents came from Portugal all the way back in the 50s when, a person couldn't be fat, and if they were, they'd be shamed, basically, to now it's acceptable.
Right.
Which I just don't believe is correct. I don't think it's...
Even encouraged.
Yeah.
I mean, there's people that's going against people who work out and calling it fat phobic, right? Like, that's... What even is that?
You know what that is? It's something the Matrix has created to keep everyone in line and basically to brainwash you.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
100%.
Just like in the movie, that you are basically in your pod. They're feeding you this stuff, and a lot of people, unfortunately, are believing it.
100%.
It's like the movie Wall-E. I don't know if you guys seen that.
Yeah, I think I have. Yeah.
So everybody's just like in a chair watching their screens. They don't know what's going on. They don't care. They're just floating through space.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Unhealthy.
Right. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen that movie, but I'll have to rewatch
It's a
it.
good one.
It's
It's
an
a
old
good
one, no?
rewatch. Yeah,
It's an old one, eh?
it's pretty old.
Yeah.
We watched it not too long ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like the whole fat phobic thing as well. We don't like to use in our house the word fat or skinny or anything like that. We use healthy or unhealthy, and then the model is there for what unhealthy is, which is fat, right? Overweight, having trouble sleeping, can't handle stress, doesn't know how to eat properly, terrible bathroom habits, irritable bowel syndrome. So they think, but it's just because they're having donuts for breakfast every day. And then there's myself and my wife who are in very good shape, and we are healthy. So we don't ever say, I don't ever want my daughter to grow up in a world where she's like, well, am I fat or am I skinny? I want her to know, no, I'm healthy and I'm strong. So I think that kind of fat phobia is good in a way if it's handled the right way. It's handled the right way.
Yeah, and I like how you bring up your daughter as well, and like that was kind of like the driving force to starting to do those push-ups and whatnot.
Yeah.
Because we talked about this yesterday, right? I mean, and for Christian, I'll tell you, I don't know if you've seen this, but there was a video that I saw of a I guess it was like a child molester that was in jail. And you know how like they like to do interviews with like serial killers and things like that? They were interviewing this guy and they were asking him, oh, what's your target, right? And he was basically explaining how his target is not the child. His target is the father, in the sense of like, if the father was not a strong masculine figure, if he didn't look like he was going to be confrontational, he would go after that guy's kid. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So like, how like that blows my mind, right? How important like a strong masculine father figure is, and we got that guy right here, right now.
Exactly.
Well, I tell my male clients anyway that so if you see like the average man now, he's overweight, very weak, doesn't have a very strong mental state, can't really get past that. 500 years ago, you are where your bloodline ends. That's it. So it's only, our life has been modeled around convenience and comfort now. So the weak survive. So these weak-minded, weak-bodied individuals, 500 years ago, that's it. There's no more of your blood. That's it. You're dead. And people have forgotten about that.
Right.
So it's like, no, you need to get back on that, horse. You need to get strong again, and you need to be that strong role model. Men should be that strong role model, right?
100%. Yeah, in today's world, it's kind of flipped on its head, right?
Exactly.
You know, like men are becoming women, men are feminine, and it's wild out here right now, bro. And nobody wants to talk about it.
That's a big topic
Nobody
we
wants
could
to talk
about.
it. I feel like this podcast is gonna get canceled real quick.
Oh man, I mean,
because we're gonna talk about all this shit.
I hope you guys don't want to monetize this podcast.
I'm probably not going to.
I mean, I don't care, to be honest.
I mean, if you want, there's a little spoiler alert. Our next podcast that we're going to be doing actually talks a little bit about that.
Yeah,
so
that's
going to be an interesting one.
So that's going to be super interesting.
Super interesting.
But all right, let's pivot a little bit. Let's talk about Jamie when he was in the Matrix.
Exactly.
Right, and we're not going to name names of what corporate gyms these were, but let's talk about when you were in the Matrix and what was that like? How many clients did you have? How much did you make? Was it ideal? How did you feel? Give us the whole kind of works.
So the Matrix, like we said, was corporate gyms. So my time in the Matrix, it was okay. But to make a career, to settle down in there would be too much. Because a personal trainer, it should be personal. So when you are doing 30-minute sessions per week, right? People might only be able to afford one 30-minute session a week. So in a corporate gym, you're going to get paid a percentage of what they're paying the gym for that 30 minutes. But you're going to do their program. You're going to spend time with them. You're going to build a relationship with them. You're going to try and make them better. And you only get a very small percentage. We did the math yesterday. It's 25%.
Right.
So 25% of what the person pays for personal training, the trainer gets. The trainer does all the work. Yeah, the gym pays the overhead, things like that. We don't have to worry about those things. But 25% is a very small percentage for the amount of work that's needed. And then when you take into consideration, it's 30-minute sessions. So how many of those are you going to have to work to get a 40-hour week? So that's 80 30-minute sessions.
Wow.
That could be 80 people.
That's insane.
Or 60.
Imagine having to program for 80 people.
So it becomes cookie cutter because you're getting new clients all the time. You don't have the time to make sure all your clients are good and train them and then spend the hours that are needed on that many programs, because it's a lot if it's all personalized. So then their results aren't what they could be because the trainer is so overwhelmed with work. And then they would want you to teach classes or get into nutrition as well. And that sounds great, but that's more work on top of so it's how much are you going to be spread thin just to be able to make a decent check?
Right.
So corporate gyms, not a career move for trainers.
And I mean, is there potential to at least move up and maybe be comfortable?
There's potential to move up and be stopped. There is 100% guarantee to be told how much you are worth for the rest of your life. Because that's what a salary is. Someone gives you a salary, right? When you go and work for yourself, you give yourself a salary. Because when you work for someone, you're getting paid to worry about someone else's problems, right? When you work for yourself, they're your own problems. So it kind of doesn't feel like it's such a drag, because you're like, I got to get up and figure out my problems. That's what I figured out once I stepped away from there. But when you're in there, it's just hustling. And then, I hope I get that promotion. I hope I get this raise. I hope my review goes good. I stepped away from the Matrix. They were talking about giving me a 13% increase on what I make a week. I gave myself a 100% increase on what I made an hour.
How crazy is that? That's wild, bro. And like, I think we should, I mean, if you don't mind, we go over just like a little bit of like what that really looks like, right? Like how many clients did you have? How many hours were you doing versus where you're at now?
50 plus clients. So let's say I think maybe 52, 54. That's a lot of people.
In the Matrix.
In the Matrix. Yeah. And that's a company, right? That's a company. That's a pretty large company. If you had 54 employees, you would need a HR department, you would need accountants, you would need all these people to help you manage all these people that are going to run your business. Right. So 54 to 52 people is a lot of people to program for, to train, to reply back to messages, right? And then when all your work time is taken up with training these people, and then you also have a family, and then I want to work out too. Of course. I got to eat. I got to sleep.
You have to. You got to be that image, right? You have to be the.
So how tired am I going to be? So I go from 52, 54 people, and now I have a fraction, a very small percentage of that amount of people, and I'm already making what I was making in the Matrix.
Wow. Wild.
If that doesn't tell you that
you need to leave the corporate gym now.
And this is new. I'm new to this. I'm brand new.
Right.
And leaving the Matrix, I haven't taken one loss, except for the amount of clients I had. Crazy. If I had 52 clients right now on my own.
Oh, dude.
Jeez. Yeah.
Dude.
We would do this on a jet.
Yeah. Private jet. I'd hope so.
Seriously.
Yeah.
I'd hope so.
Seriously.
So.
And it's crazy. So what's nice about that too is like obviously you're making way more with a fraction, right?
And I'm home more.
Yeah, exactly. And you're home more. And what's super cool is you mentioned to me yesterday is like you have a number of clients that you would like, which is still probably a fraction of what you had, and that's gonna allow you to provide for your wife as well. She won't have to work. You're literally like, and that would have never happened in the Matrix world.
So yeah, that's ultimately my goal is for my wife to not have to go to work. She is an online coach as well.
Dope.
And she is taking clients.
Nice.
But she's just amazing with our daughter now. So all I want in this world now is money and more babies. So with her.
Money and more babies.
Money or more babies. Ooh.
So money and more babies. So I gotta work for those more babies.
I want one of those things. I don't want both of them though.
Yeah.
When you already see what a woman can do with the child that you have, it makes you want to have more.
Really?
Yeah. Because it's like when you compare it to money then, right? The two things, babies and money. You compare it to money, you see how much fun money can give you, right? Yeah. How great your life can be when you have loads of money, so you want more. Yeah. When you see how great your family is, your life is, your mental is, your motivation is, how happy your wife is with a kid, you just want to have more.
Wow. Yeah, Christian, I think you're next.
I don't know about that.
You're going to have at least 11 kids, right? Have a whole
I always joke around with my girlfriend, and I tell her, I'm like, we're going to have like 10 kids, because she wants to have kids even now, and I'm just like, that's a little too early, but I'm like, that's fun, but we're going to have 10 kids then.
We're raise the next generation, man. You got to raise the next.
Honestly, I think we need to. We need to be able to have kids and teach them the correct way of doing things, not this Matrix way, this illusion that they're made to believe these days, especially in the public school system. I mean, that's another topic we could talk about. Public school system is absolutely in shambles right now. Shambles.
Well, that's the next goal, is to homeschool, because I will have a kindergartner as of next week.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I dyed my hair because I'm going gray.
Dude, you're only like 26, man.
I know, but I'm going gray. But yeah, we want to homeschool eventually, just because your kid spends so much time with this teacher.
Yeah.
You don't know.
You don't.
And the school system in America anyway was designed off an old Prussian system to create factory workers.
Yeah, it is true.
So
You're right.
sit in a line. You get a lunchtime. You get told you have to ask to go to the bathroom. Imagine as a free. I have free choice, but up until the age of 18, I have to ask to go pee.
Do a basic necessity of
Right.
a human being, right?
I gotta relieve myself. I have to ask.
Even in college now.
And sometimes they won't even let you, right?
And I worked
So
in a
then what?
factory.
Then
Right?
what?
Yeah. Then they say no.
Right?
What do you mean no?
What do you
know, yeah.
Let me just shit my pants real quick.
But I worked in a factory in Ireland. I worked in a factory because the hours were good, the money was decent. My daughter was just born, and it was a meat factory, and I was in a deboning hall. So I stood at a conveyor belt for 8-9 hours a day with 2 knives, and we just take bones out of pig legs. And you had to pull a cord. I said, "Can I go to the bathroom?" And they would say no. Grown men. Now, granted, I was only 21 at the time,
Right.
but grown men as well working beside me.
That's
Asking to go to the bathroom.
That's so fucking stupid, man.
We
That's
wanna
so
be,
fucking stupid.
slave minds, right? I mean,
Yeah.
and that's why we have our whole concept of escaping the matrix, right? That's why our whole gym, our whole concept, our whole design, everything that we're about when it comes to the gym is escaping the matrix.
Yeah.
And it's crazy.
And it's
Right.
great to have that reach that you guys have, and myself too as a trainer. We get to spread these thoughts to so many other people, and then
100%.
that they'll maybe bring that home, and that will kind of grow in their household, and free thinking and stuff like that kind of make something of yourself for yourself and your family.
Now, quick little question that I have. So, I've met with a ton of trainers, just like I've met with you, and I've explained our concept and things like that. And Christian knows this more than anyone as well, is that we've had trainers come in and we explain our concept and our idea and all of these things, and we do the math, and we're like, look, you literally bring in 2 of your clients, you make more than all of the clients you have with where you are right now in the matrix, right? Now, when they go home and they're like, oh, I got to talk it up with the wife, I got to run the numbers again, even though I just ran the numbers with them. What do you think is stopping these people from fully committing and escaping the matrix and literally, getting into that uncomfortable space to grow?
Because it doesn't seem real. Because you see it on social media all the time, but it's, oh, well, he must have had this or she must have had this going. And it's like, no.
Too good to be true.
An opportunity was there, and a lot of people, I think, sleep on those because they go, no, that can't be real. And I kind of had the feeling, I was like,
Yeah.
where's the catch? There's no catch.
Right.
Absolutely no catch.
That's the thing.
Nothing at all.
Right.
But it's a risk. And a few weeks ago, I was nervous to do this. And now this morning I was sitting at home. Granted, it's a Sunday, but I've been home a lot more. And I'm sitting at home coloring at the kitchen table. I'm like, how great is this? I'm home all the time to annoy you guys now. This is great. I haven't been home. I've never been home as much as I've ever been home.
Really?
Yeah. So it's a really great way to end off the summer.
That's good.
And then this is just going to be it. Because I know it doesn't seem real to say less work for more money, but it just kind of is, and it's almost because we're working smarter, not harder. It's not people hear, oh, less work, more money, they think lazy people. It's no, dude, I figured it out. Right. I know how to not have to bust my ass for 60, 70 hours a week. I'm home with my family, and I'm very comfortable right now. So you just have to find your avenue, and when that avenue is opened up, people go, ooh, I don't think so. So they get nervous.
I think just like in the movie The Matrix, I'm going to keep going back to it because it really is just, it's
honestly, it's real life.
It's real life right now. It really is. But I think Morpheus said this in the first movie. Some minds are not ready to be unplugged. And I think that's why there are some trainers who think that, oh, it can't be. It's too good to be true. I just don't think they were ready. I think you actually have to be ready. You have to actually search for the unplugging, if you want to call it like that. You actually have to be willing to put in the work to unplug. You can't just be, an average Joe who's happy with his life and, watching the news every day and he believes the news. And then someone comes by and tells him, hey, you're being lied to. He'll just think, oh, what the hell?
Right.
Yeah.
This guy, what the hell is this guy?
Who's this guy? Right.
Who the hell is this guy? So I think most people are just not ready to be unplugged.
I want to say something.
What's up, man?
Matrix is not a movie. It's a documentary.
Oh,
100%.
Alex.
I want to be part of the next podcast.
Yes, 100%.
Alex, you are definitely on the next podcast.
Oh, now I'm
Nice.
excited
You are
as hell.
Definitely on the next podcast, Alex.
So
For
100%.
sure.
Matrix is a 100% documentary. It really is.
I agree.
It really, really is. and in all levels, right? Like politics, you know, schools, for us, the fitness industry, like, and we're trying to create that space where they can escape the matrix. So, man, it's wild. Bro.
It is wild.
It's really wild.
It is insane.
What a
But
wild
but
thing.
Jamie, yeah, I mean, going back to you, now let's talk about how you left. That is a big.
Ooh.
I didn't
Yeah.
leave. I was told to go.
Yeah. So that's what we want to know. That's what we want to know.
So I guess I caused a little bit of a stir on my way out. So I started doing some online. A few clients had told me they can't afford their training anymore.
Rightly
Okay.
so.
They can't afford it. It's $200, $300, $400, $500, and they're only getting 30-minute sessions, most of them. Okay, so they are trying to weigh their money, and they're like, I just can't afford training. So if I have an online thing that's much cheaper, I'm getting into this, like I already said, because I want to help people. It's not about the money. It's just that this industry has a good money flow. That's just a benefit to this job for me. So if someone's saying I can't afford this, and I know that person lacks accountability, they're going to fall right off, they're going to lose all the progress they made, of course I'm going to offer my cheaper online services, right? These are grown people. They can free flow as they please. So I had a review with my bosses. They questioned me about the online training. I was very honest with them. I'm an honest guy. I had nothing to hide. I was like, yes, I do. I have a few clients. It started off as a means to make more money, because in the matrix, I was working so hard. And before I went there, I was kind of bamboozled a little bit by the old fitness director. He told me, oh, you're going to make this much. You'll get percentages here. You get this. Never seen any money like what he said I was going to see. Never, ever, ever.
That's how they get you, huh?
So I was falling behind on bills. I got people to feed. So I started this online thing, and then you guys, shortly after the online started, like a week or two, I met you guys through a mutual friend, another trainer, and we started training. I started training some clients there, right? So just like one or two, nothing crazy. But I guess since in my review, when they questioned me about the online, back to that, I gave my notice, because they said, look, you're a good guy. We would usually be very cut and dry, and we would send you out today. But you're a good guy. We like your family. You're a good trainer. We don't want to lose you like that. So when's your end date? So I gave them an end date, 2nd of September. Couple weeks go by, maybe a week and a half, and my main the like trainer manager, he pulls me into the office and says, since I gave my review, I had 3 people cancel their PT. So since I gave my notice, some of my clients canceled their PT. He said that's a red flag for them, and they have to part ways right then and there. I just finished a workout. Like, I wasn't even like working that day or anything. And he was like, we're going to part ways today, and you also can't train here anymore.
Now that feels...
For a year.
That's a personal attack right there.
Yeah.
So in my head, I was like, first I thought, I was like I can't train people, because that's kind of obvious. But then I was like, I can't work out here anymore. He was like, yeah, for at least a year.
And that didn't just affect you, right?
No, so like I have some friends in that gym. Very, very nice people train at that gym. A lot of the trainers were my friends too. But my wife had a very tight-knit, close group of girlfriends in that gym. And she was like a founder of this girl culture, because when we first started working out there, like maybe just over a year ago, and I loved the gym. I was like, I want to work here. I started at the front desk, whatever. But my wife made all these friends and made this really, really nice culture between all these girls in the gym, and there wasn't really that before we got there, I feel. And obviously, out of respect for me, my wife's like, well, none of us will go there.
Right.
So my mother canceled her membership. My wife canceled her membership. My daughter loved the kids club. All the girls who were in the kids club, she's not going to see them anymore. So it was just very upsetting, and it was very quick, and no one's reached out to me. Honestly, even from most of the other trainers, I got maybe one text on the day, but that's kind of it. So I was on my way out anyway, but I feel like they caught me right as I was out the door and kind of gave me a kick. And I
Feels a little unnecessary.
I feel like the year was a little unnecessary. Maybe like a month, let things cool down, I get it.
Sure.
But to me, it's a compliment. To me, it's a compliment, because that means they don't want me in there poaching clients.
Right.
That's a pretty big gym.
100%.
So how bad of damage do they think I'm
They're
going to do
scared,
if
man.
I'm in there
They're
as my
scared.
own
Yeah, man.
entity?
They're scared.
They know you're
So,
good.
well, they wanted me to be fitness director, to sell PT. And I said, no, thank you, right away. Because please don't put me in an office and have me give the same speech to people who need PT and they don't know how to afford it. They don't know if it's worth it. And I'm just going to eventually get sick of saying the same thing. And the passion's gone. The light is dimmed. I'm eventually just there for the check. And then the dream's dead.
Right.
No, thank you.
And I think that's most of America right there, if you really think about it. They just get told what to say, what to do, and their passion just gets kind of just sucked away from them just for what, a check, to not even barely survive this day and age here with the amount of just the expenses and the bills and the way houses are and everything is right now. I mean, I feel like that's most of America. So I think you definitely made the right call on that. And that takes a lot of balls to do that, because a lot of people are just like, oh shit, I need the money. I need to take care of my family. But you took that step, and I commend you for that, because that is the hardest part, is starting.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. And I'm like sitting here thinking like damn, like corporate gyms are like just such a money grab, right? Like they're just so greedy, I feel like. Because I feel like, why wouldn't they allow you to do an online thing, right?
Yeah.
Like you're literally helping people, right? Like that's their whole thing too, right?
Yeah.
Shouldn't that be their whole thing, to help people?
Yeah.
Right?
They should be a health club. And I will finish with this about the corporate gyms. If you are someone who's a trainer, who's an early trainer, has never had clients before, it's a great way to get in and get some experience, for sure. But don't settle.
Mm-hmm.
Don't stick your head in the sand there and be like, maybe I can move up. It's not worth it.
Right.
Chase. If this is what you want to do, you can provide such a better service to people away from the corporate world and do your own thing, and you can put your own spin on it. You can take on the clients you want. In a corporate gym, they just get funneled in. You could have anyone from a 20-year-old who wants to build muscle to a 55-year-old woman who wants to fix her posture. Mm-hmm. And you could be bouncing back and forth.
And that's the thing, like you said, like it's a funnel. So that's why it's so appealing, right? Because he's got these $5 million gyms, $10 million gyms, constant access to a ton of members coming in. So, I mean, the leads you get just from having a gym like that are endless, right?
Yeah.
So they're a huge funnel. But I'll tell you what, though, because down the street, there's another Matrix corporation opening up next to us. And I think they're a little scared.
They are a little scared, actually. Right? So we're not gonna call them out, but
no need.
What they did definitely showed us that they're a bit afraid, maybe, and that they see us as their competition.
100%.
What they did is they went on our Instagram and they followed every single one of our followers, including me and Vinny, who are the owners.
I got a message
of the gym. I didn't even get a message.
I got a message.
Oh, wow. I didn't even get a message. Okay, well, that's fine by me.
Funny.
They followed us, and then apparently they messaged Vinny, and I'm pretty sure they messaged a bunch of people, because I know a couple of the members got messaged, and a lot of them said, no, thank you. My gym is here at KMF Strong. I love this place in this community. I've had a couple of members come up to me and say that.
I feel like we have a pretty solid membership base, too, because what has happened multiple times for me is when a member will go out on vacation and try one of these Matrix corporate gyms, they come back and they're like, oh my God, I couldn't wait to come back to this gym. Or they're like, I can't train at a gym like that anymore. I can't do it. And I always tell people that the one thing the corporate gym has on us right now is space.
That's
space.
it.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it. Because once we can expand and we get that 10,000, 15,000, 30,000 plus square foot facility in the middle of all these corporate gyms,
it's over.
Game over.
It's over.
Absolutely game over.
Will be undeniable at that point.
And that's the whole goal too, is to be undeniable and honestly take the business from these gyms. Because when was the last time you met the owner of one of these big time corporate gyms? Probably never. I don't know. Maybe once in a while. What's he like? So it's like you lose that personal touch. You lose that genuine, like, I actually care for my members. I actually care for my trainers. Right? Like, how lenient can we be with our trainers every once in a while? Like in your case, Jamie, for example, like, did we ask for anything right off the bat? First month, second month, third month?
Nothing.
Like, we told you, on your time. Take your time, because bringing one person at a time, we're winning no matter what.
And that's how I knew you guys were genuine too, because it was never, like you guys didn't come off like you're desperate for like money or anything
Right.
like that. You're like, no, you guys are chill. Look, pay us when you've got a nice little base going. I can bring, you guys are real cool about like bringing clients in for a free workout to try out the gym, because that's something trainers sometimes have to offer to get people in the doors, like, free 30 minutes, 60 minutes.
Of course.
So it's incredible to have a space like that. Incredible to have a space like that, because we can all do our own thing, and then all the other trainers are just very easy going. Everybody works around each other. There's never anybody in each other's way. Where at corporate gyms, I honestly think corporate gyms shouldn't offer personal training.
Really?
They should do their classes. They should do their HIIT classes. I think that's great for people who can't afford personal training. It comes with the membership, or they just need some kind of start, or they work better in a group with motivation. That's perfect. But I don't think corporate gyms should offer personal training, because it can be mismanaged very easily. Because it's not just, so me, I run my organization. I run operations. Everything's neat. Everything's clean. Everything's marked in my calendar, right? Everything's good. It goes trainer, who could be 22, then you've got an FD who could be 28, and then you've got the manager, that guy who you don't really see, maybe once a week, and then you've got his boss who you never see, right? Maybe once a month. So how the communication chain,
Right. It's like a game of telephone, right?
Yeah.
Or you're in at 6. I actually had this genuine problem. An old fitness director wouldn't come in till 10. I finished at 10:30, 11 most mornings, because I'm in there since 5 a.m. training people. So when I'm done with 6, 7 clients, I don't want to go to my fitness director with the issues, because then he's going to have me sit down for another 30 minutes. I'm on my own schedule then too, because that's my break. So, or he's not there. He's in the bathroom. He's doing a consultation. So a lot of things it's like, well, I didn't get to talk to my fitness director for 2 days after my client raised the issue. I sent him a text, no answer, things like that. Right. So things can get lost very easily. And I feel some people get a bad taste of fitness, personal training, the gym left in their mouth, because it's handled wrong.
Yeah, and that's a nice point too, because I also think that these gyms will hire anybody, right? If you get a kid that just completed any BS certificate, no prior experience, oh, you got the certificate? Great, let's start you. Here's 10 clients. Boom, perfect. Transform this guy's life. But it's like, you have no track record. You actually have because
that's what happened.
I'm sure
to
you've
me.
realized that the paper and the actual practice of, putting a client through something, because you don't necessarily learn so much about injuries or like the mentality of the person has. Like, you don't learn to deal with that kind of stuff. You just learn
every single person's different.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you get this new guy. He has a certificate, great. And then a new member that has no idea about anything, no gym, no nothing, no experience, is thinking this is it. This is what it's got to be. I got to pay an arm and a leg for this. This has got to be it. My life is going to change now. But it's the ignorance, right? Like, no one knows, right? And that's just not it. Because I've had a talk with a trainer that talked about, like, yeah, we hire these new kids all the time. They finish school. They have these certificates. No experience. This is probably their first client. But people are paying an arm and a leg to train with them. But yeah, that's what they think it is. And it's like, man, like, we already go with the mentality of, like, yes, we want you to be certified. No question about it. But if you already transformed 20, 30, 40, 50 lives, all right, you have a good track record. You know what you're doing, right? You have this amount of clients already. Clearly, you're doing something right. So that speaks volumes, right? So I think that's a big thing that corporate gyms doesn't take into account as well. They just hire anybody.
Yeah.
You got a piece of paper saying that you know how to work out. Anybody's a trainer nowadays. Think about how many like there was like a phase, I think, like literally last year, that like where people were just, everyone was a trainer. Everyone was.
But people will just put in their bio DM for program,
exactly.
DM for. It's like, what are you gonna give me just a PDF of your back day? Like that's what
It's wild, bro.
I actually have seen this. I've seen multiple people, and it's in their bio. They're like DM for training, and then all their videos is like not working full range of motion, not lifting the weight properly, form is terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Like it just looks bad, and it's like
Right.
don't offer that service,
Right.
Because you're gonna hurt somebody.
100%.
You're gonna hurt somebody. Learn how to actually train people.
Yeah.
But that did happen to me. I had no experience. I was in the corporate gym. I got. Luckily for me, it's been sink or swim a lot of times in my life. I'm a very good swimmer apparently because I'm still here. So I just got shoved 10, 15 clients like in my first 2 weeks.
And you had to deal with that.
And I was like, okay, I just have to figure this out.
Right.
And I did. But not everybody can do that. And
That's-
I also
and
have
that's
some
the
life
thing.
experience,
Yeah.
so I can kind of handle people. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Where a 20-year-old kid, that's going to be very tough.
Yeah.
Is he going to be able to reply to text messages? Because clients are going to be flooding, oh, I don't like this in my program, or can we reschedule this? I can't eat this. I didn't go to the gym today. You have to hit your clients back up. Like it's personal training. You have to be
Literally.
personal
And
with your
that-
clients.
I feel like that can be really frustrating. You know, you get handed a little kid to train you. He's
Yeah.
not messaging you back.
You know,
He's
you're paying
slacking on
hundreds of dollars a
training.
month.
He's not showing up. Maybe he's late, this and
Yeah.
that.
And I've
then
seen
you
that
get tossed to
happen, too.
another trainer, and you keep getting bouncing back and forth to another trainer, and it's all crap. You stop altogether, and then you never step foot in the gym again, and you blame all personal trainers in general.
Yeah.
Or
Because the corporate gym was supposed to provide you quality service, but they didn't.
or even worse, you can't even cancel.
Oh,
Oh yeah, you need to pay hundreds of dollars.
You need to pay
cancel your membership.
cancellation.
that's
fee.
if
that
they
you're
say
dying.
that's even allowed, right?
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
And that's why we have escaped the matrix, and we have no cancellation fees.
no maintenance fees, no cancellation fees, no BS. Just one membership
price.
price. That's it.
And that's the same for me too. I do the same thing. I don't have a contract for my clients. I have an agreement that I have my clients sign about communication, punctuality, things like that, and basically mutual respect, and then just no refunds. That's it. But no cancellation fee. I'm not going to make you pay half your monthly payment because you don't want to train anymore. You don't want to train anymore. I'm actually going to put more time not into trying to get some kind of payment out of you, but I'm going to put all my time into how can I keep you so you don't stop training, so
Right.
you continue to work out,
Exactly.
continue to get
Yeah,
better.
and I'm sure you're willing to do like anything to keep a client
Yeah.
going because it's that personal thing. It's for his health. It's for his mental. It's for.
I want these people to win. I want
exactly.
these people to win. So if someone
Exactly.
comes to me, they could be having a bad day and say, I really don't think that I can do this anymore, or my schedule, or it's like, okay, well, let's talk about your schedule. How can I work around you? Okay, what financially, how are you? Can I help you out for a couple months? Can I give you a discount for a couple months? How can we keep this train going? Because this isn't about getting rich. This is about changing lives. This is that will live on beyond me.
100%.
Is the amount of lives
Way
I
more than
changed,
just-
not how much money I make.
Yeah.
If I make a lot of money on the way, bingo.
Yeah.
But the more lives I change, I feel like everything else just comes. Everything else just falls into place then if you just focus on your team. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? My team of clients.
Yeah, I've always said that it's way more than just the personal training, right? Like you get clients that they're going through breakups, you know, this and that, and they're crying during sessions because they can't hold it in, and then I've had sessions where I'm literally walking on the treadmill for over an hour, just talking, just talking, and I'm like, you know what? Don't worry about today's session. We'll pick it back up tomorrow, next day, whatever. Like it becomes more. You build that relationship, right? So like that's key. And I don't know, corporate gyms. I don't know. You get a 20-year-old straight out the boat, freaking with their certificate, trying to train you to do that. It's not happening.
Can he get you?
I think it's happening.
Can he get you jacked? Maybe.
Maybe.
You know
Big
what I mean?
maybe.
Maybe. He'll put you on some kind of bro split.
Sure.
Get you in good shape. But it's a lifestyle thing.
Yeah.
And I think everyone over at KMF, I feel, is the
We
same.
have a
I see some trainers taking the time to sit down with their clients, and it looks like deep conversations.
Yeah.
And that's how it should be. It should be a lifestyle, change your lifestyle.
Yeah, we have a sick team at KMF.
Yeah, I think so.
Sick team,
I think
sick
so.
team. But yeah, I mean, anything else, Mr. Bandera?
No, I think we covered basically everything. Thank you so much, Jamie, for
Yeah, you got it, man.
giving
You got
us
so much.
your life story and how you escaped. I mean, you are a great example of what someone escaping the matrix is.
I'm just chasing the American dream.
I'm feeling a part 2 within a couple of weeks. What do you
Oh
think?
yeah.
Maybe
I
so.
want to come
Part
back.
2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on.
This
Part-
is actually a really cool experience.
Yeah,
It
I'm
is a really cool
already on
experience.
part 5, guys.
Eh,
Come on.
oh shit! Okay,
Oh.
we're slacking. We're
Damn.
slacking
Okay.
now.
Well, we got a lot of stuff to do then. A lot of stuff to work
Facts.
on.
Yeah, but yeah, for whoever's watching and listening, next, we're thinking of getting Brittany on here, so hopefully that will be dope.
And for
I know she's got a crazy story over the
very much. And for people who don't know who Brittany is, she's actually one of our trainers who actually came over with Jamie around at the same time from the same gym.
Yeah.
So that'll be very interesting. I don't know if she's actually going to hold back. So
yeah, so
That'd be good.
don't
Good
have your
podcast.
kids around. It might be a censorship problem. So we'll see.
Yeah, this I feel was pretty PG.
No, it was.
Yeah,
it was
we
chill.
We were good.
It was
guys.
chill.
We were good guys today.
I think we're getting the thumbs up from Alex here, so
Yeah.
we're doing pretty good.
exactly.
And shout out Alex again for letting us.
Alex.
For
Yeah,
real,
Alex,
seriously,
thank you
like,
very
Sir,
much.
yeah,
thank
that's
you
the
so
guy
much,
right
man.
there.
Also, at jco_health.
Yes, 100%.
Yes,
So
yes.
follow Jamie.
Follow him.
Yeah.
Follow the gym KMF_strong.
Yes, follow them.
Yep. And let's talk. If you're a trainer, please reach out, message us, call us, whatever you want to do. Just reach out. If you're a member, please reach out because we have no fees, no contracts, no cancellation fees, one price, and that's it. Like no BS. Like you heard it here. There is no strings
legit.
attached.
It's
It's
legit.
legit.
Yeah.
And if you're a client, stop paying an arm and a leg for little 20-year-old certified whatever trainers. Like, come get a legit trainer, pay what their value is, and get more out of your training.
Yes.
So it's as simple as that. But yeah, guys, I think that's a wrap. Huh?
That is a wrap.
Guys.
Yeah.
Oh,
First
yeah.
episode. Let's go.
Awesome.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.